what they're really up to. It's really speculation, but I can't imagine that they're not aware of what they're doing, because it's so blatant, so blatantly against so many basic principles of, modern Western society. So how would they suddenly do a 180 and impose such draconian measures if they weren't fully aware of what they were doing? It doesn't add up to me that they would support it so much, unless they were consciously in on it. Maybe lower down people. I would think, like many people often say to me, "What are you saying? All the doctors are in on it?" And I said, "No, I'm not saying that, because doctors just follow protocols. They follow what they're, what they're prescribed to, tell people by the Ministry of Health in whatever country it may be." So, but our doctors sort of involved in a cover-up in a certain sense? Yes, in that, I mean, they know that their injuries look sharp, and they're silent. Right, so they don't need to realize that that's intentional, even if it's some kind of oversight on the part of the government, or some whatever the explanation may be in their minds. They should be vocal about that, and they're not, because they've been intimidated into silence. And many of them are just truly hypnotized. They're truly, many of them actually believe it. I believe it too. And it's because they've sort of convinced themselves of it. Like they're like really zealous members of this death cult. I mean,
I think it's almost that they have their emotional buy-in, their financial buy-in, from the perspective of doctors here in the United States, and even nurses, that they have spent so many years of their life poring over these textbooks, memorizing all these facts, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Now they're in debt to a college system that's funded by a pharmaceutical system, and these doctors and nurses are working under that, and they can't escape. And so I wonder how much of it is they know that they can't escape, so it's like that cognitive dissonance. Like they're gonna intentionally not see the rise in heart problems among kids as soon as the vaccine's released for them. Like they're just choosing not to see it. And so in that respect, they are responsible, because if you're smart enough to make it through medical school, you should be smart enough to figure it out. It doesn't seem like education has anything to do with the level of discernment needed to see through the illusion.
I mean, they've been choosing to look the other way from childhood vaccine injuries. So this is just taking that to the next level with adult injuries.
Great point.
I don't know. There's some degree of culpability that they have, but it's not to the degree of, politicians and people high up in academia who are part of these, who are making these official statements and these ministries of health. That's a whole different level of evil. Right. I mean, my speculation is that there is, in fact, a secret society that is behind this. That's the only logical explanation to me. Exactly which secret society it is, it doesn't even matter to me. No. It just clearly has to be a conscious act of collusion. Otherwise, I don't think it could be so successful. So that's what I believe.
And that's the part where I think people begin to. I don't understand how this could possibly happen without it being coordinated. Whereas some folks see that as that's the part that becomes a conspiracy.